guys, happy Thursday, and I'm coming at you with another video, guys. In this video I am going to be talking about wound mates versus soulmates. What is a wound mate? What is a soulmate? You know, we've got a lot of different theories and speculations and things out there about soulmates, different types of soulmates and stuff. So I'm going to touch base a little bit on that, and I definitely want to highlight what a wound mate is and why it's so easy to mistake a wound mate as a twin flame, a soulmate, etc., etc. So, guys, those of you who don't know me or you're just popping in and seeing what it's about, my name is Arlessa-Wise. I am a soul and mindset coach that is really geared towards helping people identify, where they need to heal past traumas at, how to do that, how to facilitate that, as well as shift the mindset in order to bring those changes about. And then also how to release that somatically from the body, as well as, there's also like past life regression and stuff to bring that and work with the soul for a mind, body, and soul balance. So, what a mouthful there, but there is what I like to do and what I'm geared towards, guys. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into this video. And this is something that I've been really wanting to do for a long time. I really wanted to do like a soulmate type, like different episodes on different types of soulmates, and I still might. That might be something that comes after this, depending on how receptive people are or what you want to know. So be sure to let me know in the comments or message me personally and be like, hey, I would really like to hear your thoughts on this, and I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna do it. All right, so wound mates. What are wound mates? It's so interesting because I heard this maybe about a year ago. I was watching something on social media and I saw a girl that was talking about wound mates, and I was like, oh man, that makes so much sense. So I really started doing my own reflection on it, looking at the different wound mates through my own life, my own journey, and identifying them. And when you're able to identify the nature of your connection with somebody, it really gives you a lot of added power, because then you're able to see it for what it is instead of what your mind kind of narrates it to be based on your own wounds, your expectations. All these different things come into play whenever we put expectations on people, especially people. Because when we put expectations on people, we're coming from somewhere in ourselves that is really unhealed. Okay, you can have a certain expectation for people, like what line they need to toe in order to be in your life, but how they choose to toe that line, and all the different things. Everybody's unique to their own self. So what's so interesting about people and being connected in our life, to me, is always the soul connection and the soul contract and the soul purpose. Now, when I say soul contract, for those of you who don't know, if you believe in reincarnation, if it's something that you look into, I do a lot of past life regression with people and myself. And what I've come to understand through the reincarnation process is that we have various souls that are our soul family, that we will have different experiences contracted into our blueprint in order to experience things throughout our life. Now, our life is not determinate. So even though we do come in with a blueprint on the types of souls we're going to have these contracts with, we have free will, which makes it really interesting and brings a lot of twists and turns, because I know you've all been there at one point. It's like you just know and feel that you should do one thing or something, right? But you choose opposite because of maybe a temptation or the need to avoid or whatever, right? It goes on. And so we have that free will to choose to not engage in what really our intuition and maybe our spiritual team is guiding us to do based on that blueprint, because we will feel connected to other people based on that blueprint. So if there's somebody that's supposed to come into our life and we feel really magnetized toward them, there is a reason for that. We just can't explain it because we don't tangibly see or have an explanation. And really, guys, the kicker to being in this life and being human is we come in with kind of the veil of forgetfulness. So what happens is we have amnesia. We don't remember our past lives, because if we remembered everything, then the experiences that we have wouldn't be genuine, because we would already know the answers. We would already know. We're here to figure things out. We're here to learn through the things that happen to us, our experiences, our own free will, like those trials and errors. Hey, I should have done this. Should I have done this? The whole life learning process, right? If we knew the answers, it would be different. We wouldn't learn the lessons genuinely. So, we come in with the veil of forgetfulness purposely to help us with the experience, right? We're here for an experience and to learn things. And so we connect with different souls through the process. And I also like to call wound mates kind of like ad-lib soulmates, that kind of like walk-in soulmates in a sense, because as we have free will and things happen, sometimes we require ad-lib connections to kind of help us along the process. And so wound mates are these type of soulmates. Wound mates can be considered trauma bonding mates as well as karmic soulmates. So wound mates are these souls that will highlight what we need to heal, but they don't enable the healing, right? In a way, what they do is they enable the dysfunction of not healing that wound. So you trauma bond, and so they keep you in the pocket of dysfunction and distraction from what you need to heal. And then we start to operate through that trauma and through that fear and through whatever that emotion and stuff that we're trying to avoid feeling. We operate from that avoidance because our wound mate kind of enables us to not heal, enables us to sit in the comfort of our discomfort. And what I mean by in the comfort of our discomfort is that I'm going to bring a personal example for myself, because through this process, I want you to know that I am forging through, just like I'm asking you to do. So I think it's important to share the things that are in my own life and where I've come, so that you know you can do it too, and that I'm not just someone here trying to tell you what to do. I'm saying, hey, this has worked for me, and this is what I've realized through my own journey. So I've done a lot of like inner child healing and stuff. So long story short, for a long time, I don't even think I've had the type of relationship that I'm seeking just yet, because a lot of my past relationships have been wound mates to a certain degree, right? There have been soulmates that were purposely placed and et cetera, but the wound mates for me have been men that have been unavailable for me. And I say this because inner child. Long story short, my biological father signed over his rights when I was really young. He wasn't available for me. I eventually did have my mom married, and a wonderful man that's been my father, since I was 5, adopted me. And so while I did have a father figure in my life, the initial screenshot that I took was an absent father, an unavailable father, a man who didn't want me, a man who wasn't willing, I wasn't enough, right? And these things that we tell ourselves. And so I looked for men that were unavailable for me, because it was just something that I guess now I see was more in that pocket of discomfort that I'm saying. And it didn't allow me to heal the parts of myself that needed to be healed. It didn't allow me to tap into my true value, my true self-worth, valuing myself as a woman, valuing myself in the things that I absolutely deserve. But because I decided to take the screenshot and through my life, it was just kind of like a pattern that stuck. It was like a predictable thing for me. So I would trauma bond with men that are not available for me in the ways that I truly needed, because I got comfortable in the prediction of, okay, I'm gonna feel like shit, they're not gonna be there for me, I'm always gonna wonder what's wrong with me or why I'm not enough, and I'm just always gonna sit in this pocket. So it kind of becomes like comfortable. So but the thing is that wound mates keep us from healing. So I wasn't really able to see where I needed to heal until I had these experiences. So wound mates also are purposely put into your life, either by contract or, just happenstance, because sometimes they have these little ad-libs. And so they show you where you need to heal, but they also keep you in the circle of dysfunction. And that's the comfort. That's what we hold on to. A soulmate is somebody who comes in and it is a calming energy that will show you where you need to heal, but then also be patient and gracious through the process, and then you heal together. A wound mate, you stay in this cycle of repetitiveness and you don't heal, you just stay in that dark place. So like when we're connected to a wound mate, essentially we're kind of in the wings of transformation, right? It's like that at the top of the cliff, you know, are we going to jump and do it or are we not? Because when you have to heal, you have to go into those emotions that you've pushed down, because in order to heal, you got to feel, right? It's crazy. So what we do is we would rather be comfortable with dysfunction and distraction that's not progressing us forward, because the progression forward is scary because it's healthy, right? We're so used to the dysfunction and the unhealthiness because we can predict it, that the healthy version and allowing yourself to grow is so unpredictable and so vulnerable that it's scary. So we like to stay in those wings. A soulmate will trigger you, not trigger you. A soulmate will challenge you to rise out of that pocket, right? A wound mate will tempt you into staying in that pocket because you're trauma bonded. You both have very similar wounds. You both have something that has happened that has led you to trauma bond and keep you in the comfort of discomfort and dysfunction and self-sabotage. So a wound mate will be someone you cycle a lot in and out of. You'll like maybe part and then you're, oh, gotta go back. It's because they allowed you to sit in the comfort of your own discomfort, and so it's hard to let go. And then you kind of, it's just like this chaos. It's chaotic and it's tumultuous, and people get it confused with like a twin flame connection or a soulmate connection because it has to be volatile. They're showing me about myself. No, sweetheart, everything is a mirror. So a wound mate is allowing you to sit in the pocket of discomfort because you're also doing the same for them. And then really it's just a cycle, and the point is to keep running that cycle until you just get tired of the bullshit and you're like, okay, I'm ready to change, I'm ready to move forward, I'm ready to do something different. A soulmate will be that gracious counterpart that allows you to see where you need to heal, and then also offers you that safe space and encourages you to heal, encourages you to find the spaces within yourself. It's calming. There is no super chaos. Yes, we're humans and we go through various things. Okay, yes, but as a soul feeling and what feels good to our body, and this is why I'm always highlighting that we need to pay attention to how we feel around people. You know, do we feel chaotic? Do we feel like getting into our vices? Do we feel like, you know, going off the rails with this person, or do we feel like comfort in a safe space that we could sit with? And also that does feel uncomfortable when you feel safe with somebody because you're not used to it in those situations. Whenever you're coming out of a wound mate situation, or you're deciding to leave that all of that behind, you know, those karmic relationships that are meant to be tumultuous and show us a lot about ourselves, but we tend to get stuck in that comfort. A soulmate will do the opposite. A soulmate will show us where we need to heal. A soulmate will challenge you to meet yourself at that spot and enable you. A soulmate is absolutely there to help you along that way. And a soulmate, especially a primary soulmate, a main healing soulmate, you will feel healed after hanging out with them. And it's because that's the purpose, part of the purpose of that connection, but also I guess it is scary to feel a healing space with another person, but it can be a very beautiful thing. It's supposed to be a very beautiful thing. So guys, I think that's all I really have about wound mates, because it was more about that. So just know that a wound mate versus a soulmate, you're gonna feel it in your body. You're gonna feel a calmer, more sacred knowing with someone who is in your space in order to allow you to heal and step into the best version of yourself. Because we work with connection with others. And then a wound mate, you will feel that cycle. It will just be a repetitive cycle that is just on and on and on and on, and you're not healing. It's just stuck in that comfort of dysfunction because it's predictable. But guys, there's something really beautiful in vulnerability, even though it's really hard. And there's something really beautiful with having another soul that is here to help you along your way. So I hope this video helped. Guys, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. Let's get a discussion going. And guys, just have a great day.